When most people think of insects, they imagine pests are tiny creatures to swat away. But behind the leaves, beneath the soil, and even in the air, there exists an extraordinary world ruled by one group of insects, beetles. They crawl, burrow, swim, and fly across almost every corner of our planet. Their shapes range from sleek and shiny to bizarre and armored, displaying nature's endless creativity. Some are no bigger than a grain of sand, while others can fill the palm of your hand. You can find them in the forest floor's darkness or glowing under the desert sun, performing tasks vital to life on Earth. Silent but powerful, they've inspired myths, art, and even science. Beetles may be small, but they carry a story as ancient and complex as the planet itself, a story of resilience, transformation, and wonder that continues to unfold every day. Now that we've peeked into the mysterious world of beetles, it's time to look closer, much closer. Beneath their tiny shells lies a world full of surprises, strange behaviors, remarkable abilities, and ancient secrets hidden in plain sight. These creatures aren't just another group of insects, they are living examples of nature's most fascinating designs. So, let's uncover what truly makes beetles so extraordinary. Here are 15 mind-blowing facts that will forever change the way you see these small but mighty creatures. Beetles are truly the kings of the insect world. There are more species of beetles than any other kind of animal on Earth, around 400,000 described species, and scientists estimate there could be millions more waiting to be discovered. That means 1 in every 4 animal species on the planet is a beetle. They live in almost every environment you can imagine: forests, deserts, mountains, caves, and even inside stored food and homes. Their incredible adaptability allows them to thrive in conditions that would kill most other creatures. Whether they're swimming underwater, tunneling through soil, or climbing trees, beetles are everywhere. Their hard shells, variety of diets, and ability to survive across climates make them one of evolution's greatest success stories. Quite literally, if all beetles vanished, ecosystems around the world would collapse. When most people see a cute little red insect with black dots, they call it a bug. But surprise, it's actually a beetle. Ladybugs, or more accurately, ladybird beetles, belong to the family Coccinellidae. They're not true bugs, since real bugs belong to another insect group. Ladybugs are beloved by gardeners because they feed on plant pests like aphids and mites. A single ladybug can eat up to 5,000 aphids in its lifetime. Their bright red or orange shells aren't just for looks, they're a warning sign to predators that they taste terrible. When threatened, ladybugs can even release a foul-smelling yellow fluid as a defense. Despite their delicate size, these beetles are tough, helpful, and play a crucial role in natural pest control, keeping gardens healthy without the need for chemicals. Beetles are living fossils. They've existed for more than 270 million years, long before dinosaurs roamed the Earth. Fossilized beetles found in ancient rock layers show that their body design has barely changed over time. That means the beetle blueprint is one of nature's most successful models. They've survived multiple mass extinctions, including the one that wiped out the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. How did they do it? Their secret lies in adaptability. Beetles evolved to eat a wide variety of foods, from plants and fungi to decaying wood and animal remains. Their tough exoskeletons also protect them from predators and harsh conditions. This combination of versatility and armor made beetles nearly indestructible. They've outlived giants, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and ice ages, and they'll probably still be here long after humans are gone. A beetle's shell isn't just for show, it's a suit of armor built for survival. The outer wings, called elytra, are hard and protective, covering the delicate flight wings underneath. This design allows beetles to crawl through soil, burrow into bark, and withstand attacks from predators. Some beetles, like the diabolical ironclad beetle, take this armor to the extreme. Its shell is so tough that scientists have compared it to aircraft material. It can survive being run over by a car without breaking. The structure of its exoskeleton has inspired engineers to design stronger, more flexible materials. This incredible armor not only keeps beetles safe but also helps them retain moisture, which is vital for living in dry environments. In short, Nature designed beetles like miniature tanks, strong, efficient, and nearly indestructible. Watching a beetle take off is like witnessing a tiny machine unfold. Beneath its solid armor hides a pair of thin, flexible wings used for flying. When it's time to lift off, the beetle opens its elytra-like doors, allowing its hidden wings to unfold and flap rapidly. Some beetles are agile flyers that travel long distances in search of food or mates, while others, like June beetles, fly with a loud buzzing sound. A special type called the click beetle doesn't even need wings to jump. It snaps its body with a loud click to catapult itself into the air. Though not all beetles are graceful, their flight mechanisms are marvels of natural engineering. They prove that even creatures built like tanks can master the skies. Beetles are some of nature's most dazzling creatures. Many shimmer in metallic greens, blues, golds, or purples that look painted by an artist. But here's the amazing part. Those colors aren't from pigments. They come from microscopic layers on their shells that bend and scatter light, creating an effect called structural coloration. This means the colors change when viewed from different angles, like a rainbow on oil or a butterfly's wing. Jewel beetles and scarab beetles are famous examples of this iridescence. These shimmering colors can help them attract mates, blend into surroundings, or warn predators. Scientists study these structures to develop new paints, anti-counterfeit coatings, and even color-changing fabrics. So the next time you see a shiny beetle, remember, it's not painted. It's naturally engineered to shine forever. Beetle romance is a fascinating mix of battle, beauty, and biology. Males often fight fiercely for females, using horns, jaws, or strength to prove their worth. The rhinoceros beetle, for instance, uses its massive horn to toss rivals off tree trunks in dramatic duels. Some beetles use scent signals called pheromones to attract mates, while others rely on light, like firefly beetles, whose glowing patterns are their version of love songs. Once a pair bonds, mating can last from minutes to hours, or even days, depending on the species. Females then lay their eggs in carefully chosen spots, like rotting wood, soil, or under leaves, ensuring their young have food when they hatch. It's a miniature world of competition, courtship, and survival, all part of nature's endless cycle. Some beetles literally light up the night. Fireflies and glowworms are types of beetles that produce light through a process called bioluminescence. They mix special chemicals, luciferin and luciferase, inside their bodies, creating a glow that's both beautiful and useful. This light helps them communicate, attract mates, or scare away predators. Each species has its own unique flash pattern, like a personal signal code. What's more, the light is nearly 100% efficient, no heat is wasted. Scientists study this reaction to create better medical imaging tools and eco-friendly lighting. In tropical forests, you can even find glowing beetle larvae lighting up the ground like tiny living lanterns. These glowing beetles remind us how creative evolution can be, turning simple chemistry into a natural light show. Beetles are expert illusionists. Some use camouflage to blend perfectly with their surroundings, becoming almost invisible. Bark beetles look like pieces of wood, leaf beetles resemble leaves, and ground beetles can blend into the soil. Others use mimicry, copying the appearance of poisonous insects like wasps or ants to trick predators. Some even disguise themselves as bird droppings, a strange but effective tactic. Beyond appearance, many also use chemical disguise, masking their scent to infiltrate ant nests or escape detection. These clever adaptations help them survive in a dangerous world full of predators. Whether by shape, color, or smell, beetles prove that sometimes the smartest way to survive isn't to fight, it's to hide in plain sight. Meet the humble dung beetle, nature's ultimate cleaner. These beetles feed on animal waste, rolling it into neat little balls that they bury underground. To us, it might sound gross, but this behavior serves an essential purpose. By removing and recycling dung, they prevent disease, fertilize the soil, and return nutrients to the earth. Some species can roll balls up to 250 times their own weight, making them some of the strongest creatures on Earth. They also navigate using the Milky Way, one of the few animals known to do so. Ancient Egyptians admired them so much they made the scarab beetle a sacred symbol of life and rebirth. Dung beetles show us that even the dirtiest job in nature can be heroic, and vital to keeping our planet clean. Beetles are some of the most versatile eaters in the animal kingdom. With hundreds of thousands of species, their diets are just as varied as their shapes and colors. Some, like leaf beetles, munch on plants and crops, while others, like the tiger beetle, are fierce predators that chase down smaller insects at lightning speed. There are beetles that feed on fungi, decaying wood, pollen, and even animal carcasses. The carpet beetle, for example, can survive on natural fibers found in clothing and carpets, while the deathwatch beetle tunnels through wood, damaging old furniture and buildings. This diversity makes beetles both beneficial and destructive to humans. Many species help clean the environment by recycling organic matter, while others can become pests. Still, their adaptability shows how beetles can find food almost anywhere, from lush forests to dusty attics, and that's a big reason why they've conquered the world. Though small, beetles are among the planet's greatest engineers. Every day, they perform vital jobs that keep ecosystems balanced. Many beetles act as decomposers, breaking down dead plants, animals, and waste materials. This recycling process returns nutrients to the soil, helping new plants grow. Other beetles, like certain scarabs, aerate the soil as they tunnel, improving its health and texture. Then there are beetles that act as pollinators, carrying pollen from one flower to another, helping crops and wild plants reproduce. Even predatory beetles serve a purpose, keeping pest populations under control. Without beetles, forests would drown in decay, and the natural cycle of life would slow to a crawl. They may not be flashy like butterflies or bees, but beetles quietly do the heavy lifting for the environment, proving that the smallest creatures often have the biggest impact. Among all beetles, the Hercules beetle stands as a true giant and a symbol of strength. Found in Central and South America, males can grow up to 7 inches long, with massive horns used for wrestling rivals during mating season. Despite its fierce appearance, this gentle giant feeds mostly on fruit and tree sap. What's truly astounding is its strength. It can lift objects up to 850 times its own body weight. If a human had the same power, they could lift a fully loaded truck. The Hercules beetle's horned head and bulky body make it one of the most striking insects in the world. In many cultures, it's seen as a symbol of power and endurance. Scientists study its structure to understand how natural design can inspire robotics and material science. The Hercules beetle reminds us that brute strength and beauty can coexist perfectly in nature's design. The life of a beetle may be short, but it's packed with transformation and purpose. Most beetles undergo a complete metamorphosis, starting as an egg, then hatching into a larva that looks like a tiny worm. In this stage, they eat constantly, growing and shedding their skin multiple times. Next comes the pupa phase, when they rest and transform, similar to how a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. Finally, the adult beetle emerges, ready to explore, eat, and mate. Depending on the species, this entire cycle can take weeks or even years. Some beetles, like the stag beetle, spend most of their lives underground as larvae, only living a few months as adults. Their short adult life is focused on one mission: reproduction, to ensure the next generation continues. It's a reminder that even in a brief lifespan, nature packs in an entire story of survival, change, and renewal. Among all beetles, one species truly stands out for its fiery defense, the bombardier beetle. When threatened, it doesn't run or hide, it fights back with chemistry. Inside its abdomen, it stores 2 chemical liquids in separate chambers. When danger strikes, it mixes them together in a reaction chamber, creating a boiling, toxic spray that explodes out of its body with a loud pop. This blast can reach nearly 100 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to burn or kill small predators like ants or frogs. The reaction happens in milliseconds, and the beetle can fire repeatedly without harming itself. Scientists have studied this mechanism to inspire new types of micro-reactors and propulsion systems. The bombardier beetle is proof that nature's inventions often surpass human technology. It's a living, self-defending chemical factory, designed by evolution for survival in the most astonishing way. Beetles may be small, but they play a huge role in keeping our planet healthy. They help decompose dead plants and animals, pollinate flowers, and even control pests. Sadly, many beetle species are now at risk because of deforestation, pollution, and the heavy use of pesticides that destroy their natural habitats. Conservationists around the world are working hard to protect these vital insects by restoring forests, preserving deadwood habitats, and limiting harmful chemicals in farmlands. Some organizations even breed endangered beetles in captivity, such as the American burying beetle, and release them back into the wild to rebuild populations. Protecting beetles also means saving the balance of entire ecosystems, since many other creatures depend on the roles beetles play. By planting native trees, avoiding pesticide overuse, and spreading awareness, we can all help ensure that beetles continue to thrive for generations to come. From the shimmering wings of ladybugs to the explosive defenses of bombardier beetles, these creatures remind us that greatness doesn't depend on size. Beetles have quietly shaped our world for hundreds of millions of years, keeping nature balanced through their strength, adaptability, and endless variety. They clean, they recycle, they pollinate, and they survive where few others can. Every beetle, no matter how small, plays a part in the grand design of life on Earth. So the next time you see one crawling by, don't rush to brush it away. Pause for a moment and remember the incredible story behind that tiny shell. In a world full of giants, beetles prove that true power often comes in the smallest forms.